Before we begin, tell us in the comments what city and country are you watching from and what time is it there right now. And if you're ready to hear how one silent human prisoner shook the entire galaxy, make sure to like, share, and subscribe because trust me, you don't want to miss this one. No one feared the prisoner in cell 14. Not at first. He was human, after all, a species known across the stars for their stubbornness, their primitive biology, their unremarkable evolutionary quirks. Stronger than some, cleverer than most, but nothing the Xanthari Alliance couldn't crush with bureaucracy, containment fields, and reinforced alloy bars. Besides, humans broke easily under isolation. That's what the wardens believed. What the guards joked about. What the scientists recorded. But the human in cell 14, he didn't scream. He didn't beg. He waited. For 2 weeks the cameras caught him pacing, 24 steps from the back wall to the bars, then 24 steps back. No sleep pattern they could understand. No emotional breakdown, no conversation, despite repeated taunts by the guards outside. He just paced, measured, thought. They called him the beast in boots. Boots he hadn't removed since the capture. Try to be less dramatic, scoffed Warden Talarax, a creature with 12 eyes and even fewer sympathies. He's a savage, a brute, and soon he'll be a footnote. But the guards whispered differently, because once, just once, when a junior officer had pounded on the bars and called Earth a backwater rock raised by apes, the human stopped mid-step, turned, and looked. It was only a look. But something in his eyes made the junior officer fall silent, back away, resign the next day. His name was never broadcast. Earth had denied the charges, espionage, interstellar sabotage, weaponizing empathy, said he was a mechanic, civilian contractor, transport tech. Nothing about him matched the accusations. No armor, no weapons, just calloused hands, calculating eyes, and that endless pacing. But the interrogators grew nervous. They brought psychic empaths to read his thoughts. The empaths left vomiting, muttering phrases like too sharp and wrath carved in silence, so they stopped trying. Until the hearing. The Galactic Tribunal was held once a cycle, a glorified trial where prisoners were sentenced before cameras transmitted across 100 worlds. It was part justice, part theater. Warden Talarax made sure the human would be on display, cuffs reinforced with plasma lock, guards with rifles charged to lethal, a chair bolted to the floor. Just in case. The audience arrived early. They loved watching Earth get humiliated. He'll cry like the last one. Someone muttered. No, this one's angry, said another. Might scream instead. But when the tribunal began and the human was brought forth, he didn't resist. He didn't even blink. They strapped him down. Cameras zoomed in. The prosecutor listed 47 charges. He was accused of destabilizing a border world, influencing a peaceful uprising, and designing a bomb out of farming equipment. The tribunal laughed at that. But not him. He sat still, waiting. When the moment came to speak, the human leaned forward. No outburst, no threats. He just said, "I'd like to leave now." Laughter erupted. Leave? The judge boomed, gills flaring. You're lucky we don't vaporize you, ape. That's when the cell lights flickered. A tremor ran through the floor. And deep beneath the tribunal spire, something exploded. Cell 14. Empty. Bars melted outward. Cameras fried. The footage went black. When the lights returned, the human was standing. No longer in cuffs, no longer seated. The guards moved in, rifles raised. He moved faster, 3 steps, 1 arm, crack. The first guard dropped, the others opened fire. But the rounds bounced off his jacket, not armor. Just earth-made fiber that absorbed heat like a sponge. He reached the prosecutor's podium, lifted it, podium, table, and all, and hurled it through the viewing gallery glass. Panic, screaming, stampeding diplomats. Warden Talarax called for drones. None responded, because outside, in orbit, the Xanthari flagship was falling, burning, torn from the inside by code, code written in Earth syntax, deployed by what the galaxy called civilian contractors. Turns out Earth never left its people behind, especially not the ones who let themselves get caught on purpose. Because this wasn't just a rescue, it was a demonstration, a warning. The human turned to the cameras, now still operational, and said 4 words that echoed across 1,000 systems. Try mocking us again. Then he vanished. Vanished like a ghost. Like vengeance on foot. For years afterward, Cell 14 became a cautionary tale. Xanthari children were warned not to insult humans. Military academies studied the footage, or what remained of it, trying to understand how a man could rip a door made of neutronium alloy from its hinges. The truth, it was never about strength. It was patience, planning, and purpose. They mocked the human prisoner, but Earth never sends just prisoners. It sends messages, and this one was loud, very loud.